forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another podcast to talk about our favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. And huge shout out to the people that are currently in the chat right now, already making some noise. We got Jesus, we got Tracy, King Rock, U-Turds, Juan, Ivan. Appreciate y'all for being here. If you guys can do me a huge favor, smack up the like button on your way in. We're going to have a lot to talk about here today. Obviously, we got 2 days away from the Week 6 matchup versus the Green Bay Packers. So a lot to dive into today. Obviously, we also got some breaking news a little earlier. If you guys didn't watch my video, then spoiler alert, I'm going to let you know exactly what's going to happen in that video. But appreciate y'all for being here. Absolutely appreciate you guys for being here. Let me give a huge shout out here to the sponsors of the video, BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sportsbook, BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% sign-up bonus on the next two. That is going to be up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. Now, currently, right now, they do actually have the odds for the Arizona Cardinals versus the Green Bay Packers matchup. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a betting man or a betting woman, here are the odds. This might be the last time you might be able to take the plus 203 money line if you're looking to make some quick, easy money for the from the Cardinals. So there you go. Use promo code YouTube150 if you're trying to get in on the action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started here. We got a fun-filled show for you guys today, and obviously, Let's first address the elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to get a gauge in where you guys are at, how you guys feel about this news that was dropped today by Jonathan Gannon. And honestly, now that we're sitting here, about 2 hours, about 2.5 hours removed from the news, it's a smart decision. It really is. I didn't truly 110% believe that Darius was going to play this week, and that's why I don't know if you guys paid attention to, but like the 2 videos that I made with the whole Darius Robinson coming back or the 21-day window opening up, right? I always said this does not mean, and I wanted to be very clear, this does not mean that he's going to start up in Week 6, right? There's a real possibility that he might start up in Week 7 on Monday Night Football versus the Chargers. So, at the end of the day, they're doing exactly what they should be doing. They're taking care of these young players that's, obviously Darius Robinson wants to get on the field. Obviously, right? A first-round pick. He's got a lot to prove in his mind. A lot of people are really excited about him, but I would rather him be healthy for like 9, 10-plus games as opposed to bringing him back early and regretting it right at the end of the day. So we got Darius Robinson with the calf injury. I think that he kind of re-aggravated it. I believe on Thursday, or it might have been Wednesday because he was actually did not practice on Thursday. So there's that. And then the idea of Zay Jones. I want to get your guys' thoughts on Zay Jones and how you feel about him. There's a lot of people out right now on X/Twitter that till the day doesn't quite 100% understand why we got Zay Jones after the 5-game suspension. And now people are kind of upset that he's got a hamstring injury. The way I look at it is that obviously, nobody can predict injuries, right? It is very unfortunate. I was pretty high on Zay Jones coming in into the Arizona Cardinals, but with what we've established so far, with Dortch, with Marvin, with Michael Wilson, we've gotten 2 wins so far, right? In the 2024 season, we didn't do it with those. We didn't do it with Darius. We didn't do it with Zay Jones. So, it's not one of those things where I'm going to lose sleep about it. Does it suck that we have another free agent acquisition? Probably not going to give you any production until maybe Week 7. Yeah, it does, right? It does. But in the end of the day, I have confidence that our game plan is going to be able to hopefully get us a W this coming weekend, right? So Zay Jones, hamstring injury. Jonathan Gannon said that he's ruled out along with Darius Robinson. So obviously a lot to kind of, talk about, a lot to dive into. Very unfortunate news, but at the end of the day, it's completely 110% understandable. Let's get to a couple chats. In the comments, we got Big Bird saying Green Bay should win considering they're slightly more talented and established team across the board, but it's not out of the question for the Cards to win. We'll see. That's the thing too. Like, the only reason why people are saying that Green Bay is a more established team is because obviously the winning culture over there, right? With Jordan Love and what they've done, they made a playoff run last year, and I can see where you're coming from with that, but like, literally NFL is week to week. You never know, right? You never know what's gonna happen. Like, there could be a team going from like last to first. Like, that's how crazy this league is, right? Look what the Washington Commanders are doing. It's absolutely nuts. Like, the Washington Commanders right now are absolutely leaps and bounds, like completely shocking most of the NFL world right now. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see what this young rookie quarterback can do. But I do have faith. I've seen enough from this organization that obviously, 3 wins, we're still here, right? Even if it's 4 wins, we're still going to be here. We recognize the progress and what this Cardinals organization can do, right? That's the number one thing to realize. Uh, is Darius Robinson going to get playing time? Of course, he's going to get playing time, right? It's just one of those things that's it, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just one of those things that, like, it comes with football, right? It comes with football. A lot of our free agent acquisitions has not really produced to the level that I was hoping they were going to, right? Justin Jones unfortunately got hurt. Bilal Nichols, on the other hand, I think he was also dealing with an injury, but he really hasn't been as productive as I hope he was going to be. Mac Wilson Sr. is really the only one that I'm like, wow, what a great signing from the Cardinals. Like, seriously, like, even Zay Jones, where he might come out and do really good things for the Cardinals, but like, a lot of the free agent acquisitions that we've gotten, it's just, I don't know, that they haven't done it for me yet. Yet. There's still 9+ games. Anything can change here for the Cardinals, and obviously just optimism, right? Trying to be optimistic moving forward. So, prayers up, right? Hopefully speedy recovery. Hopefully everything's good next week for Darius Robinson, but we do got to wait one more week. Let's dive into what we really want to talk about here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if you guys saw the Thursday night football game yesterday. Seahawks versus the 49ers, which, man, an NFC West showdown. NFC West showdown here, ladies and gentlemen. Who said this? Let me know in the chat. Who always thought the Seahawks were frauds? Let me know in the chat here, ladies and gentlemen, either with a yes or a trash emoji, whatever you want to go and put in the chat below. But with what we're seeing from the Seattle Seahawks, once starting at 3-0, they are now starting to kind of crumble down. They're now starting to kind of take a downwards motion to the opposite way. Like, they started off 3-0, and it's crazy because I had a lot of Seahawks fans, and if you guys do not know, I do participate in a collaboration YouTube channel named NFC West Roundtable, where we have a representative of each member of the NFC West, right? Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, and then the Cardinals. Obviously, I'm the representative of the Cardinals, but you don't know how many people have come out. How many people have come out and said all these glowing remarks about Geno Smith? And some people even said they would take Geno Smith over any of these quarterbacks that we have in the West right now. And I've said this before. I'm not convinced. Like, the 3-0 start is good, right? That they were beating the teams that they should have beaten. Congratulations, right? You beat a Miami Dolphins team with no Tua, right? You beat a Patriots team that's the Patriots, right? You beat a Broncos team with a rookie quarterback in his very first game of the NFL season. Like, you had to win those games, right? And now we're starting to kind of see some Seahawks fans kind of panic a little bit, right? They're starting to say things like, oh my God, Geno Smith isn't the guy. Well, I mean, has Geno Smith ever been the guy? Ever? Geno Smith is a great Band-Aid player, right? Or a bridge quarterback. That's the best way to describe it. Bridge quarterback. That's what he is, right? He's a bridge quarterback that if you're looking for, if your quarterback goes down, he can get you a solid 1 or 2 wins, right? Obviously, depending on how long your starting quarterback is, but that's what Geno Smith is. He's a bridge quarterback. And there was a lot of people talking so much mess about, that Geno Smith is better than ABC, right? And I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it, right? And I think now Seahawks fans are coming now down to earth, right? They're now starting to realize, maybe we spoke a little too soon. I think what they truly should do, and I know they paid Geno Smith already, I think for like a year or two extension. I believe this was last year. they should focus on the future. Like, seriously, that Geno Smith is not your future. Now, obviously, it might take a little bit to get to that decision. They still want to win games. Mike McDonald started off the season really hot at 3-0. It sucks for him that he lost 3 straight, but he still wants to win, right? But if this season goes backwards, if the season somehow takes a more of a downward slope for the Seahawks, maybe we start seeing Sam Howell. Maybe we start hearing Seahawks fans potentially talking about potentially getting a quarterback, right, in the 2025 NFL draft. But the Seahawks are who they are, right? There's no shock, and I already see some people here in the chat already saying, oh, yeah, I said that, right? I knew they were pretenders, right? Me, yes, they were always frauds, right? And that's the thing. They started off really good. They started off really sweet. But right now, they're 3-3. Do they have a better record than the Cardinals? Yes, they do. They have a better record than the Cardinals. But we still haven't played our Week 6 matchup yet. So we got the Green Bay Packers coming our way. And this is a big game. This is an absolute big game. Not so much for, obviously, the Packers, right? Like, I'm not saying it's a big game because, we got this rival between us. No, it's nothing to do with rivals or nothing to do with the Green Bay Packers. They're just the next matchup on our schedule, right? They're the next matchup on our schedule. But this is an absolute massive game, and I mean massive game, ladies and gentlemen, for the Cardinals to potentially win, because I've already seen the comments. I've already seen people talk about it. I've already seen people already come out and say, if the Cardinals win, it's going to be a deciding factor if this is going to be a good team or not, right? This game right here is meant for the teams that you should take serious, right? Now, I'm not sitting here and saying if the Cardinals lose, don't take them serious. No, that's not the case. I mean, that we're still 2-4. And then you got some games here in the stretch, right? Whether it's the Chargers, the Jets, Miami Dolphins. We don't know if Tua's coming back, and then you got the Bears, right? So you got some favorable matchups coming your way as well. But this game right here can be a deciding factor if the fan base is truly going to back you, or are we the same old Cardinals? Let me know if you guys feel the same way. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying if the Cardinals lose this game, it's over, pack it up. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that if the Cardinals are 3-3 by the time we leave Sunday, there's going to be a lot more people talking. A lot more people talking about the Cardinals potentially making a playoff push, right? And then we're going to be a fan base that's going to be focusing on the NFC West, because the last 2 years, we didn't really care, right? The last 2 years, we didn't really care what happened in the NFC West because we weren't really in it, right? We weren't ever really in it. But now we're 2-3. We got an opportunity to get back to 500. We've been playing some good football, some good football, with the exception of the Commanders game. That's our mulligan, right? So far, that one seems to be the outlier for the Cardinals. Hopefully that continues. But if we're 3-3 leaving Sunday, there is going to be a level of hope with this fan base that we haven't seen in 2 years, 3 years. Because there's still some Cardinal fans out there that are a little iffy with this organization, right? They're still a little unknown, right? There's still a lot of Cardinal fans, a part of this fan base that just isn't quite sold yet, right? Isn't quite sold yet. I apologize. But if they do win, ladies and gentlemen, expect to hear a lot of people talk about the Cardinals, whether that's nationally or just within this fan base. You're going to start hearing the chatter. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this matchup. I really am. I think going into the opportunity and going into Lambeau, it could be a huge win for the Cardinals. It really can. It really, really can. Let's get to a chat here. Adrian in the chat says, when watching this game, Geno didn't lose this game. Their wide receivers lost this game, not catching balls when Geno perfectly placed them. DK needs to get out of getting out of Seattle ASAP. Yeah, the whole thing with DK Metcalf, that whole thing of him being grumpy cat, right? That's what I call people, grumpy cat, especially if you're upset on the sidelines. Yeah, it seems like DK might not have a. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I do know is that he was not happy. I don't think Geno played a great game, but I don't think he played a absolute horrendous game either. I think he played I wouldn't even say good. I think he played an okay game. I think if Geno didn't throw that interception, there could have been a real possibility. Or I know he threw two, but that last interception where there was some sort of momentum that the Seahawks had coming their way. If he didn't throw that interception, going to DK, this game could have been different. This game could have been different. And like I said before, right? I'm not one of those guys that were like cheering for the Seahawks or cheering for the 49ers. I really didn't care what the result was. Obviously, the result that we have here is a good one, right? But even if the Seahawks won, to me, I would have found a way to say, okay, well, the Seahawks won. 49ers, you're fraud. So whoever lost this game are going to be frauds regardless, right? So to me, as a Cardinal fan watching this game, I was just sitting back. I was sitting back, and whatever players I had on my fantasy, occasionally look over to my phone. I didn't really have any skin in this game. I just wanted them to beat each other up. That's all I cared about. But like I said, the results are the results. The Cardinals are now benefiting the fact that if we win this game on Sunday, and it's a big if, it's an absolute big if the Cardinals win this game on Sunday, we're at the top part of the division. Because that means the Cardinals would be 3-3, right? If the Cardinals win this weekend, we're 3-3. And that means we leapfrog the Seahawks, we leapfrog the 49ers. Biggest reason as to why is because that will put us at 2 division wins. And with 3 wins and 3 losses, that's going to leapfrog us over to above the 49ers. And then you'll have the Rams fans down there, or the Rams, I'm sorry. You'll have the Rams down there pretty much getting fired on their day off because there's going to be a lot of things happening that are not in their control, right? A lot of things happening this weekend that are not in their control. They're probably hoping that the Cardinals lose, right? The Rams are hoping that the Cardinals lose because that only means that they're 1 game away from, obviously, getting back into this division race. I don't believe the Seahawks are going to be the division winners. I really don't. I'm not convinced. I don't think the Seahawks are going to win. Do I think they're going to keep winning games? Of course. Yeah, definitely. I don't think they're going to win as much as they think they're going to win. I think they're probably going to land somewhere around the 5-6 range. That's what I think they're going to kind of land at. I think the 49ers, when healthy, are the best team in the NFC West. I really do. I think the Cardinals still have a little bit of things to kind of get back to the level that's... We need to fine-tune some things, is what I'm trying to say. The Cardinals' offense still seems a little clunky. Once we figure that out, and our defense can give us 1 or 2 stops, right? Or the defense can give us 1 or 2 turnovers, right? The defense needs to just be mediocre, right? The defense just needs to bend but don't break, right? That's what our defense needs to do. But our offense needs to figure out a way to stay consistent like we are in that first drive. Because if we can get like we are in that first drive, sky's the limit for this team. Like, seriously, and I've said this from the beginning, right? I've heard Kyler Murray say that. I heard Kyler Murray come out and say, bet the over of 6.5. We can make some noise in the NFC West. And I want to be very clear. We can make some noise, but it starts with this Green Bay Packers game. Because then we will start getting more national attention, which I don't care about. But, sometimes people like to hear the Cardinals talked about in these morning shows in the NFL Network or ESPN. Some people like that, but I almost bet your bottom dollar that that's probably going to happen, right? That's probably going to happen if the Cardinals are 3-3 leaving Sunday. Now, a couple different things to obviously observe. We've already talked about the Cardinals not having Darius. We already talked about the Cardinals not having Matt Prater. I'm sorry, wow. Let me reframe that back. We've already heard the Cardinals talk about... Let me start again. We already know the Cardinals will be without Darius Robinson and Zay Jones. Sorry. We know that those guys are not going to be playing. Matt Prater seems to be trending in the right direction to go. But if he doesn't go, I do like Chad Ryland. I really do. I like what he did. Couple other people to obviously talk about. Kelvin Beachum, another player to kind of really look out for if he's going to play or not. So we got some players on our side that we're kind of obviously keeping our eyes on. But I think this Cardinal team can match up very well against this Green Bay Packer team. I really do. Maintain the big explosive plays. cause pressure to Jordan Love, and force him to make a mistake. Right now, he's got 5 interceptions. He's got 5 interceptions in 3 games. He's he's a gunslinger, right? He's a gunslinger. He likes to throw the rock. Their offense runs through Jordan Love. So being that, we need to force him to make a very, very poor decision. And Garrett Williams is trending in the right direction, so I'm excited to see what he can do. Let me get to my guy Ivan with the super chat. Appreciate you, Ivan. Thank you so very much. Appreciate the $5 donation. He says this: 3-3 going into Monday Night Football with the division lead would be huge for our only primetime game. It's time to show out, play physical, go Cardinals. Yeah, of course, definitely. Exactly. 110%. 110%. You're right. Monday Night Football is coming our way, which is our next matchup, right? Week 7, Monday Night Football. And if we're 3-3, man, that would be huge for the fan base. I'm not even kidding with you guys when I said I had multiple people reach out to me, DMs or in the comments of my videos, right? Twitter, X, Instagram, doesn't matter. They said the same thing to me. If the Cardinals win, okay, that's it. Football season's upon us. And that's the NFL in a nutshell. It's so week to week. Believe it or not, there's still not people convinced with the Cardinals at 2-3, regardless if we play tough or not. But this win, a potential win, can be very, very huge for the Cardinals moving forward, right? And for the people out there that are obviously talking about Kyler Murray needs to play good. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Kyler needs to play good, right? We need to see running Kyler. We need to see Kyler have connection with his young wide receiver. And that goes to Marvin, too. It's not all on Kyler, right? Marvin needs to start getting this oil grease going really good because I think they can be a really good duo. I can predict a really good tandem. I just think that it's taking a little bit for Marvin to potentially adjust to the NFL, right? With the different types of throws that these quarterbacks are able to do, right? It's not just your vertical, right? So I do still believe that Marvin is the best pick that we could have done. Healthy, putting up numbers, 4 touchdowns, heading into week 6. I'll take it. Absolutely. I want to see a big game from one of these wide receivers, either Marvin, Michael Wilson, or Greg Dortch. Probably Michael Wilson, especially if Jair Alexander plays. But right now, we don't know, right? Right now, the latest information that we've gotten from Jair is that he's still questionable, right? He's still questionable. So Jair is questionable, and then they also have Christian Watson questionable as well. But what we do know is that Jair has been limited all week so far. So it's trending in the right direction for him to potentially play, right? It's trending in the right direction, but let's call it like it is. This Arizona Cardinal organization, this team, is very, very much based on, can we run the ball, right? Can we tote the rock with James Conner? If we can establish a run game, it just opens up everything for us. Establish the run, and it can open up a lot of doors for the Cardinals to take the deep shot, either Dortch, Trey, Wilson, Marv, right? Regardless of who it is, it opens up so many doors for the Cardinals to potentially do that. Dario in the chat says, sorry, I'm late. Any news on D-Rob? Oof. Woo, yes. Rolled out. Along with Jones. Yep. What's up, Terry? Terry says, I think the Cardinals game win, but they actually have to show up for the whole game. Well, I mean, that's a fair statement, right? That's a fair statement. I think we've seen good progress in the 49ers game. Now, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but Kyler even said it himself that he was pretty frustrated in this game as well. It's very, very important that Kyler Murray maintains a level of level-headedness and not showing his anger, right? Best way to describe it, right? It's very, very, he needs to maintain it. Because even then, like, he said it on his post game, but even when the cameras panned it over to him, he was obviously frustrated, right? With either his play, maybe the things weren't going his way, or the balls weren't getting caught, whatever the situation might be, right? Just as a game, frustration sets in, right? Absolutely. Frustration sets in. But we do need to get to a point where we can move on really, really quickly. And what we've seen in the 49ers game was a step in the right direction. Because the Cardinals scored points. But the defense held them out. Now, did it help that they didn't have Jake Moody? Yes, that did help. But, hey, dub's a dub. Dub's a dub. We got to start off hot. Anthony in the chat says, Packers account on Twitter said Jair is trending to play in AZ. I figured that was the case. I've been trying to look for any updates that I have, and it looked to be very pro Jair playing. Absolutely. Now, Christian Watson is the next kind of question out there, right? Is Christian Watson going to play? Let me see if I see anything from Jair. I don't see what you see, but I'm not saying that you're not correct, because I think you are correct. I do think that kind of seeing what he's done, I think they think of this as a pretty big game too, right? Not just because it's the Cardinals, but like this is the next big game on their schedule. So they want to stay within their division. Within their division, they are at the number 4 spot right now at 3-2. That NFC North is very, very competitive. They're going to want to win this game. Obviously, whoever suits it up on Sunday wants to win, right? So that's no shock to say that. But what I'm saying is both these two teams want to win, right? For the Cardinals to stay in this NFC West race, and then for the Packers to win in the NFC North race. So very exciting matchup. I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen here. Can we use Marvin everywhere but the outside? Hope so. I hope that we can start moving him into the slot. I hope we can start moving him around, because I feel like that will only make him a lot better to kind of learn all these different things, right? Now, I do have confidence in Michael Wilson. I think Michael Wilson is a very solid number 2 wide receiver. And then, obviously, Trey McBride's going to play, one of the best young top tight ends. He hasn't produced to the level that I was really hoping he was going to produce, but I'm still not out on him. I still do think he's a top tight end in the NFL. Yeah, we're getting news left and right here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing to do with the Cardinals, but obviously, if you have any fantasy implications, it seems like Joe Mixon for the Texans is most likely trending in the right direction to play this week. So we need to, and then Ramondre Stevenson, running back for the Patriots, is actually rolled out. So like, there's just news left and right here, left and right. Of course, the Cardinals got our news a little earlier this morning, probably about 3 hours ago. We were told that Darius Robinson, rookie, first-round pick, and Zay Jones will not be going. The Cardinals want to play it safe with them. Don't blame them. What are your thoughts on Malik Neighbors? I still like yeah. I like Malik. Malik's cool. Good for him and what he's accomplished so far in the NFL. But to me, Marvin is still the guy. To me, I'm not doubting for a second. Marvin Harrison Jr. is still the guy. Still the guy. Richie, what's up, Richie? NFC North is where'd it go? Is the new NFC West, and the NFC West is turning into the NFC least. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think the NFC West is actually struggling a lot with injuries. They're struggling a lot with injuries. McCaffrey being out is a big thing. Which maybe caused the 49ers to lose to the Rams for some reason, because if they didn't lose to the Rams would have been 0-5 right now. Like, the Rams would have been 0-5 right now if the 49ers didn't blow it. So, I don't think so. I think we're just a very competitive division. Do I think we're better than the North? Right now, it's too early to tell. If you look at the statistics, or not the statistics, but if you look at the records, obviously it seems like the North is the best, but it's literally one game difference. Like, that's all it is. That's all it is. I mean, the Vikings are obviously going away with what's happening in the division right now. They're over exceeding what I thought they were going to do, but I don't think that the West is NFC least at all. No, I don't think that. I think that we're going to be more competitive as the year goes on. That's the truth. That's the truth. I truly believe. I think that this NFC West is going to be more competitive. Once the Rams get healthier, they might want to make a run. The Seahawks, I think they're going to go. I think they're going to start trending down. But that's the thing. Like the Cardinals, we don't really have room to. And I'm not going to say mess around because obviously the Cardinals, like this organization is not messing around, right? But we don't have room for error. We don't. And I'm not saying we're going to go undefeated, right? I'm not saying we're going to go undefeated, but like looking at the West right now, literally one win against the Packers this weekend can make you the number one, right? Can make you the number one spot here in the NFC West. And it would be huge because guess what? That's 3 wins in the 2024 season when in 2023 and 2022, we only had 4 wins. So that's a step in the right direction on its own. Going back to 500 at the top of the division for the week. And yeah, I think the West is going to get better. I really do. I don't think the Seahawks are going to get better. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think the Seahawks are going to get better, but I do think that the West is. Whenever the Rams get healthier, so we need to take advantage where we can. And right now, where the Cardinals need to take advantage of is they need to win the games that's in front of them. And the game in front of them right now is the Green Bay Packers. Martin, what's up, Martin? We need to win this game for the Cardinal fans. I'm tired of going to bat for them. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're tired of being little brothers. I'm pretty sure the Kyler Murray is tired of being the bottom, right, of the NFC West, right? I'm pretty sure. The Cardinals need to find a way to win this game. I 100% agree with you. 110% agree with you. I think the Cardinals need to find a way to win this game. And if it's true that Green Bay might have some inclement weather on Sunday, and right now I am seeing rain is in the forecast for Sunday. It hasn't changed. So that might be something where can affect the game as well. Let me see real quick. Sunday. Yeah, so it seems like it's going to be overcasted, and it seems like it's going to be overcasted all day. Maybe some scattered showers here and there. So it might be a run game. Maybe a run type of game for the Cardinals. And, of course, James Conner, right? So we'll see. I want it to be Sunday already that we can go 3-3. I agree. The Vikings are going to be the Steelers the year they went undefeated and ended up blowing it up at the end of the season. I don't know. I mean, that's a good call out. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the Vikings. I truly don't. Now good for them, right? That they're 5-0 right now. They're taking care of business. I just don't know if it's going to be sustainable. Like that's my main thing. Is I don't know if it's going to be sustainable for them. It can be. It potentially can be, but I don't know. We'll see. Run heavy for sure. Yeah, I agree. We're probably going to see some James, maybe some DeMarcado. I mean, that's the thing. Like, our offense is predicated on the run, right? Drew Petzing wants to be a run-heavy team, and that's what we are. We have that type of running back, right? Now, if we add DeMarcado, we put some Trey Benson in there. If we somehow keep this game to where we're the ones controlling it, right? Us scoring, them having to play catch-up. Let's say, for example, they started with the ball, right? And we forced a 3-and-out, or we force a punt, right? So the Cardinals get it, right? Every single time we get the ball, we need to find a way to put some points up, right? Because that's going to be the key to success for this Arizona Cardinal team to win games, because we know darn well that this defense is not going to be able to save or win you games, right? They can cause a really good play here and there. They can cause a turnover. They can cause an interception. We've had interceptions in every 3 of these last games. So they can do that. It's just we need to see this offense, we need to see them show out. We need to see them show out. Trey Benson just needs better vision, and he'll be good. I agree. No, I agree 100%. I was one of the first, I'm not one of the first, but I have said this before too, and it might have been something that I was just looking at. I see potential in Trey Benson. It's just you cannot get the opportunity when you're behind James Conner, right? And usually when you're down, you're not the go-to guy, right? Unless we're getting wiped, the floor with us, like unless we're getting beat down like we did against the Commanders game, then we start seeing a bigger workload for Trey Benson. But right now, I don't know. This game is going to be very, very interesting. Like, we're going to give up yards. This defense is going to give up yards. But if we can somehow bend but don't break, right? Only allow field goals, cause a interception here and there, cause turnovers, either fumble, interception, anything like that. Jordan Love right now in 3 games has 5 interceptions. Jordan Love right now in 3 games has 5 interceptions. He likes to throw the ball. This offense runs through Jordan Love. They got Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is a very good running back. Don't get me wrong. Very good running back. But this offense runs through Jordan Love. So cause him to make a mistake. Kyler, get on the field. Let's run the ball. Have you run the ball too, please? Because we need some sort of worriness to this defense, and I'm talking about the Packers defense, that Kyler's going to take off with the ball. Right? So we need to have it in the game plan that Kyler Murray has some designated run plays. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the last drive, Cardinals versus the 49ers, the last drive for the Cardinals versus 49ers game, there was a specific play that was designed for Kyler to run the ball. Now, I would have rather seen that play in second down than third down, personally. But I want to see something like that, where this play, everybody knows that you got to block for Kyler. Because the whole improvisation works too, right? Whenever he takes off whenever he takes off and gets 15, 20 yards, 10, 15, whatever he gets, the improvisation works too. But I want to see some plays designated for Kyler Murray to run the ball. And everybody knows, block for Kyler. Give him some holes. Just like we saw in the 49ers game. So we need to be able to see that. But yeah, this game is a big one. It's a big one. Am I worried? Am I sad that Darius isn't playing? A little bit, but it's more of a sadness because I wanted to see him. Not so much that I feel like we're going to lose without him, right? Because we didn't have Darius in the first 5 games, right? We didn't have Zay Jones in the first 5 games. So it's more sadness because I wanted to see what he looks like. I wanted to see what this first round pick can do. And I already think he's the best defensive lineman we got. Like, that's crazy. But it's the truth. I already feel like he's the best defensive lineman we got. So the sadness comes from that. It doesn't come from, oh, man, we're going to lose. We don't have Darius. No. It's the same thing with Zay Jones. No. Now, here's another question. Here's another question, ladies and gentlemen. Will Hernandez going down. What are the Cardinals going to do with the Will Hernandez position? What are the Cardinals going to do with the Will Hernandez position? Because it's going to be it's a big void. It really is. Some people want to downplay it. I don't understand it, but Will Hernandez had a very, very good year. Very good year. Don't downplay it. He's good. Unfortunately, he's done for the season on IR. We're no longer going to see him. But right now, what the options look like is Tristan Colon, maybe Isaiah Adams, maybe John Gaines. So another question is, what are the Cardinals going to do in that right guard position? Kelvin Beachum, he's still listed as questionable, but he seems like he's trending in the right direction. I'm not really worried about that right tackle position. Well, kind of I am, but not really. That right guard is not what we're worried about. I'm telling you, every week we have something going on with the trenches. Do you guys feel the same way? Like, this year we're getting decimated with injuries, but in the trenches. Like, that's where we're suffering the most. The trenches. Primarily on the offensive side of the ball, that right guard or the right side of the line. So right now, right guard. Tristan Colon, John Gaines, Isaiah Adams. Those are the options right now for the Cardinals. And if you look at the injury report, Christian Jones, he mainly plays on the outside, I believe. But Isaiah Adams was full participant in both Wednesday and Thursday. Evan Brown was limited, which is the left guard. I think he'll play. I don't think he's going to miss anything. I think he's going to play. So that right guard position is going to be very, very interesting to see how the Cardinals work that. It's going to be very interesting. Kelvin Beachum has been questionable for the last 4 weeks. Facts. That's true. Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So there's no new, like, there's no shock there, right? Kelvin Beachum, you're 110% correct. He has been questionable every single week, 100%. So I think he's going to be good. It's trending in the right direction. But let me get to my guy U-Turds. He says, I think we should start Isaiah Adams so he can start getting reps and developing, but Gaines would be better fit in that spot. I think Gaines, honestly, I've seen a little bit from Isaiah Adams in preseason, and it's kind of rough looking. I'm not going to lie. Being the fact that we had John Gaines picked up in the 4th round last year, I think it's time for the young man to step up. Let's see what he can do. Now, if he's getting beat, of course, you can sub him out, but I would hope to see John Gaines. A lot of high praises from this coaching staff, from John Gaines. I think at one point, it wasn't this last week, but I think it was sometime last week. And I mean, the week of the 49ers, I think he was the one who had that Pat Tillman jersey on. I believe that was John Gaines, if I'm not mistaken. So, they got some high praises. They got some high praises for the young man. So I think it's time to step up. I think it's time to see what he can do. But there's still also Tristan Colon or potentially Isaiah Adams. So we'll see. We should get, yes, I agree. DJ Humphries should be on the radar. I'm hoping the Cardinals reach out to him and maybe ask to see what a timeline looks like. I know he did go down, obviously, with the big injury last year. And it's not going to be one of those things that I don't think he's not ready to go right now. I don't think. But I did hear he was close or soon enough. Let me see if there's anything on DJ Humphries. Let me see if there's anything on DJ. But you're right, man. It would be awesome to see DJ. Maybe move to the guard position. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything new right now on DJ. Let me look at Twitter/X. Let me see if there's anything on DJ here. But yeah, I was one of the first to say what we should be calling up DJ Humphries. And that was when Jonah went down. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new at all. I would love to see if there's any updates on him. Yeah, there's nothing. I don't see any updates on DJ. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. I would love that opportunity for him to come back. We did hear Monty say that, the door is open. The door is open up for DJ Humphries if the Cardinals do decide to bring him back. Good locker room guy. Great locker room guy. Yeah. All right. Right now we're sitting with over 60 people here, and we got 16 likes. Come on, y'all. Do me a huge favor. Smack up that like button. Now, real quick, for the people that are here right now, appreciate you guys for being here, by the way. I've been wanting to do a jersey giveaway since the beginning of the season. A jersey giveaway from the beginning of the season. Now, my question to y'all is, obviously because Marvin Harrison Jr. isn't available on Fanatics or anywhere that you go, what's the next best thing? Trey McBride? Would it Kyler? Should we do Darius? Buddha? The thing with Buddha is that we don't know if he's coming back, right? The thing with James Conner is that we don't know if he's coming back either. So I would hate to give a jersey out to somebody that the jersey no longer exists. So my question to y'all in the chat, after you guys smack the like button, of course, after you smack the like button, I want to do a jersey giveaway. It was supposed to be Marvin. I waited this long, and I'm like, okay, I don't think this Marvin jersey is going to come out. So what's the next best thing? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Now, I don't know the details yet as of how we're going to qualify. I'm almost kind of thinking of maybe doing like a membership giveaway, maybe, or maybe when we hit 15K, right? Because 15K is coming up here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not know, right now we're less than 200 away. We're less than 200 away from hitting 15K here on YouTube. So if you guys have a grandma that loves the Cardinals, if you have a brother, a sister, a mother, anybody in your family or a friend that loves the Arizona Cardinals, make sure you share out this video, this channel. So a couple different options. We can either do a 15K giveaway jersey, or we can do a membership. Still going back and forth in my head. But right now, what we're seeing people in the chat, here we go. I think we got the winner right here. Josh Rosen jersey. I like it. Yeah, all right, let's do it. Josh Rosen. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, we got my guy Ivan in the chat, says K1. I think K1 might be the safest bet for sure, especially the new ones, right? Either the white one, the black one or the red, but I guess depending on what the person likes. Why not a Cardinal legend? That's fair. Clayton Tune, love it. D-Rob or Garrett Williams? Okay. To me, the ones that are sticking out in my head is D-Rob, Trey, and Kyler. Those are the top threes that are staying in my mind right now. D-Rob, Trey, or Kyler. I love Buddha. I just don't want to give a jersey out if he's no longer here next year. Same thing with Connor. I want you guys to be able to use it for a year or two. So, a lot of things going in my head right now. We got my guy says Buddha's coming back. I hope so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, TBD on when we're going to be doing it, but it is coming soon. Probably within the next week or two. I'm already looking on fanatics.com, already getting the budget set up, ready to go for us to go ahead and purchase that out and send it out to you guys, and we'll kind of go from there. Like I said, a couple different details I need to figure out here on the back end, but once we do need to hit 15K. 15K, it needs to be something that happens this year. Less than 200 away. If you're watching right now, you're not subscribed, subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be closing up shop right now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to every single one of you guys. Everybody who tunes in here every Monday, Wednesday, or Fridays, whenever we decide to go live. Appreciate y'all for being here. Let me give a huge shout out here to the sponsors of the video, BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sportsbook, BetUS is the way to go. Right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on your next two. That is going to be up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. Now, one other thing I want to go and mention here before I let you guys go is that the props and the bets for Arizona Cardinals versus Packers has already been out. And, of course, Cardinals are the underdog again. So make sure you get on this bet. If you truly believe the Cardinals are going to win, you got a plus 203 money line if you are interested. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Jersey giving away happening very, very soon. Make sure you just stay up to date. I'll let you guys know as soon as we get more information. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Ivan, thank you again for the super chat. Absolutely appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cardinals.